Number 1 in performance on OMX30 ranking, increased engagement and collaboration, and 26% increase in traffic converting to business sites. That's only a few improvements Sandvik has achieved as a result of the big shift. And this we will talk more about in a few minutes. Welcome to Create Talks. I will host today's conversation between Sandvik, Optimizely and Tietoevry. You will be able to post any questions in Menti and there will appear a code on the screen during the talk. Next to me, I have our guest of honor, Paulina Lunde, head of digital channels from the Sandvik Group. It's an honor to have you here. How are you today?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm great.
No, it's a pleasure. So, what do you think? I need to say, in a few minutes you will also meet Magnus Corlin from Optimizely and Jonas Prosell from Tietoevry. And once again, warm welcome. What do you say? Should we get started? Yeah. So, Paulina, could you tell us a bit about the new brand and the strategy behind it?
So the new brand that we launched last year, it really represents the future vision that we have for our company, but also for the industries where we operate. It's the old brand that we had before. It lacked the flexibility that we needed now in the digital landscape where we operate with all of our communication today. And with the new brand, we really feel that this is it's modern, it's flexible, and it's really adaptable also for the future. So it set us up for a really good roadmap ahead.
Yeah. So if we step back a bit here, making the change in direction of a global brand such as Sandvik, this must be a huge undertaking, right?
Yes, it was. And I think it was bubbling for quite a while, quite a few years, where we feel that we need to do something now. And it just so happened with timing that it was a great opportunity when we also separated materials technology, which is kind of where we come from. So we felt that once it was the window of opportunity when the old part of Sandvik and where we're from with our heritage actually was separated, and then we feel that where are we headed now? So it also impacted, of course, our business strategy. The brand really needs to represent that business strategy. So I think it was just like everyone was involved, from legal, from HR, of course, communication, marketing, and brand. And we split it up into different streams as well. So everyone was involved for everything from digital, events, workwear, product and packaging, and just like the complete full picture.
Wow, so exciting. So which channels would you say are the most important to expose the Sandvik brand?
I think all of the channels are equally important, even if it's digital or analog, because I think that even if you're a potential talent or a customer or anyone who's just a little bit interested, we need to be where you are when you meet us, but also in your journey together with us. But of course, I mean, digital is my favorite part.
Of course.
I'm a little bit biased, of course, but I think that we wanted the huge impact at the same time on all of our digital channels, and we wanted to represent that you take on our business strategy and our brand at the same time when we launched.
So could you elaborate a bit more about why there was a need to reposition the brand?
I think that with the transformation of our business in general, it really needed, especially also with the digital landscape that we have. We needed something that is flexible, easy to work with, works everywhere, and you can still connect the brand back to the brand foundations that we have. I mean, we're a 160-year-old today, so I think we're an impressive company. I've never worked for a company that is that old, and I feel also that it's internally really embedded in what we are. So I think that everyone was really looking forward to something. What is the next 160 years?
Exactly. So what is Sandvik? What kind of company is it today?
Well, now we offer products and digital solutions for all of the industries where we operate. So we want to make our customers, we work closely with our customers also to develop our products, making sure that we are actually developing products and solutions that they need, but also make them more sustainable and also increase productivity. So I think that is the future of what we are, and I think that is also what the brand connects back to, even if the logo is inspired by the 60s with the heritage part.
And how would you like that to come across in the brand?
Well, I would say that our purpose that we launched a couple of years ago really speaks for itself, which is we make the shift, advancing the world through engineering. And I think the brand represents that now, and the company really stands by it. So it's a natural part of how we communicate globally with this purpose as a guiding.
And talking about digital, your passion, what was the most important to Sandvik in terms of conveying the brand in the digital setting?
Well, we wanted that huge impact. So everything would had to be launched on the same date. Everyone was really, it was like the biggest launch of the decade, felt like. So we were all sitting at the exact same time, launching all of our digital channels, all of our 6 websites, all of our social media channels got a new look. We also kicked off the external communication campaign, and we kicked off the internal platform's new look, but also an internal live stream where we presented the brand to all of our employees. It was really fun. We wanted a big impact digital.
Yeah, must have been lovely to be a part of that. Timing is crucial in that case, yeah. So can you share any initial results of this digital transformation and the new brand?
The initial results were very good. We had a huge, warm welcome from everyone internally, but also a lot of people externally, so from partners and customers, and also from peers, or might be competitors, saw it as very impressive. So I think that was great, and I think the things that we did with our websites and what we focused on was to really increase conversions from the business, from the corporate website over to business areas. And that, for the first 3 months, I think we had around 46%. So it was a really big impact for the first 3 months. Yeah. And now we're at 26% conversion over into business. Yeah. So I think that was really, that's what we did, set ourselves up for, and we also achieved that.
Cool. Maybe a little tricky question here, but could you choose one product that illustrates what kind of company Sandvik is?
I don't want to. I don't like singling products out or solutions out, because I think that what we are investing a lot in when it comes to closed loop component manufacturing is really impressive. Digitalization in the entire process of manufacturing, I think that is really cool. But then there is something with the mining industry that that's also very cool, I think. So I would say the future mine, where everything is connected, automated, digitalized, and electrified. I think that is probably something that really represents where we are headed as well, really making sure. But instead of me talking about it, I think we can look at the video of this future vision for Sandvik.
Yeah, let's have a look.
The urge to collaborate and innovate is what characterizes humanity. We are passionate about innovation and collaborate to find sustainable solutions to solve global challenges. The sustainable mine of the future is electrified, automated, and digitalized. Our solutions are driving the shift. Cities and societies need metals and minerals for the green transition. Eco-efficient rock processing is driving the shift. Our innovations and solutions support the shift towards automated and sustainable manufacturing. And new technologies revolutionize manufacturing, achieving more with less. A future circular society requires innovation in combination with reusing, recycling, and rethinking. We make the shift, advancing the world through engineering.
So that was a really inspiring video. Thank you for sharing, Paulina.
Really professional, I have to say. I like it.
Yeah, I agree. And welcome back. And as you can see, we now have a perfect gender balance here in the studio. Welcome, Magnus from Optimizely and Jonas from Tietoevry. I'm glad you can join our conversation here and share more insights and lovely stuff around this fantastic project with Sandvik.
Yeah, that's right. We're delighted to have been working with you in this project, establishing the new Sandvik brand, making the shift, and we love to share the experience with you all.
Yeah, so okay, Jonas, how would you say Tietoevry supported How did the Tietoevry expertise, in designing experiences contribute to this journey that Sandvik has made?
Yeah, so our role was to guide Sandvik throughout the project, rebuilding the new web, and to make it happen. So we worked very closely together to understand Sandvik's vision and to translate and adapt that to a digital setting. Yeah, and so this is the old look of Sandvik, and I guess some of you might recognize it.
Exactly. So Paulina, how would you explain the assignment that Sandvik gave to Tietoevry?
I think we really put you on the spot there. We tried to do as much as we could in 10 months. And with building 6 websites in 10 months, I think that's really impressive what we accomplished. But you've been an entrusted partner to us now for 10 years or so, maybe even a little bit more. So we were very well aware of your capabilities, but we also have a very open and honest relationship. So whenever we saw something in the roadmap that wouldn't work, we're very fast on picking that up and also making sure like what are the solutions or what can we do then if it's something that we can do later on after 10 months when we actually launch.
Jonas, tell us, how did you do this?
Well, yeah, we put together a really strong team of designers and developers, rebuilding the collection of Sandvik websites from scratch, and led by Kaisabeth, our Scrum Master. And we incorporated the latest technologies, Optimizely, not to say the least, and we translated the global guidelines that you put forward into a digital context. So our designers, they really took a customer-centric approach when trying to adapt the visual guidelines into this digital context. And then also, I believe that you put a great faith in our expertise in designing for digital, which contributed to the...
Yeah. And you were great at keeping the roadmap, I gotta say.
Thank you. But to the success, so that was just great. And also, of course, building the new web experience on the Optimizely platform also contributed greatly to making this happen.
Great to hear.
Cool, good, well done. Paulina, I understand that you have been working with Optimizely since the Episerver days. That's well over a decade. So would this rebranding project have been a good time to switch platform, would you say?
Yeah, I think it's something that always comes up when you have a huge project like this. You start to look at your suppliers, but also your processes. So how do you want to work on moving forward? And especially with the North Star vision that we have for our digital touch points, we have the North Star vision, but then looking at what can we do in 10 months, how do we set ourselves up for the MVP for 10 months, but also what happens after that? So where are we actually headed? But we saw with Optimizely, if we upgrade to Opti 12, it would give us the technology that we needed to update now for the launch, but also set us up for a really good foundation moving forward as well.
Magnus, finally, I can pull you into this conversation.
Thanks for being here.
Could you tell us shortly about Optimizely?
Of course, I'm happy to do that. And first, thanks for letting us be a part of your journey. It's amazing. And as you said, we are former Episerver, for those who doesn't know about Optimizely. We've been around for now 30 years. We're celebrating 30 years this year. And together with you both, we have worked 20 years around in numbers. And also mentioned under this year, we have made, last 5 years, 7 acquisitions, and we have tried to build that into one solution, as we call Optimizely One, and also get the recognition in 7 Forrester and Gartner reports different. So we're very proud of that. And all of that, we try to bring together a good one solution, and that we call Optimizely One. So let's have a short clip on what that is.
Yeah, that was a good clip. I love your visuals around Optimizely One. Magnus, could you tell us more? How do you see the collaboration with Sandvik from your end?
As you just mentioned, we started from 2006, and then around 2008 we start hosting. And then after we continue move over to around 2015, then we moved over to the CMS with our cloud service. And then 2018, commerce come in mind. So we helped one of the Sandvik companies with the commerce part. So actually, you have started from version 4 in the CMS part, and now at 12. So that's a big journey. And then, of course, on the commerce part, from 12 to 14. And also a very fantastic opportunity that we had last year at Opticon, our biggest event, that we have Paulina at the main stage together with our CEO, Alex Axberger, and talked about your journey.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, that was a great interview, by the way. So, Jonas, which were the technical objectives in this project?
Well, your colleague Lars, he was very clear about it. So he challenged us. He said that the new website should be as quick as the feeling should be as if you were surfing and accessing the files of your local workstation, right? So the development team, they really stepped up to this challenge, and our lead developers Per Ragnar Lindfors and Jocke Olin, they made use of technologies such as island applications, Tailwind and Svelte. They optimized the coding process and they automated script handling. And so yeah.
Yeah. So, how's the surfing? Did this work?
Well, I would say that the simple answer is yes.
Good.
WebPerf, which is an independent service that monitors and tracks websites in the Swedish market, they have Sandvik as the top website December through May. Yep. And that's the rating is on aspects such as web standards, accessibility, web performance, privacy and security. So I would say it's safe to say that the web team has really succeeded with this task. Yeah. And also the upgrade to the latest version of Optimizely 12 and .NET Core has significantly improved also the speed and performance of the website. So just to give an example, the rendering of a sidebar tree has practically a 0 waiting time.
Cool. And also worth mentioning, the corporate site at your at Sandvik is very important for you, and and also you have been having the opportunity to win 2 awards of the Comprens yearly web ranking award. Yep. So that's also really impressive. Won't you agree?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's always nice and flattering with prizes and rankings, but I also think that it's important to highlight this, and also it gives the testament that what the teams are doing is actually worthwhile, and that we have hit the goal that we set ourselves up for as well. So, yeah.
Well done.
So, who are you addressing with the new group sites?
So the corporate website or the group website is really a more broader website, I would say. We want to make sure that customers find their way over to business area sites or explore our offerings on there as well. We want to make sure that talents find their way over to the HR or the career section and actually apply for jobs. So it's a little bit of mix of everything from customer to potential employee, investors, or anyone who is just a little bit familiar with Sandvik and wants to explore more and get that full picture, I would say.
And is it correct that you run other websites on the Optimizely platform alongside the group sites?
Yeah, so we have 6 different websites. So we have the group website and then business area or product websites. And I think that we always want to make sure that the conversion rate is good for everyone. So we have goals of how do we lead people over. And just as I said, that one of the main purposes was to make sure that they don't get lost on the corporate website. If they are a customer, they should move over to the product websites and get more familiarized with the products. So we are really trying to get that sort of a good user journey for anyone who comes to the corporate website.
How about commerce? I know your heart is in the commerce.
That's true. So there is metal powders used for additive manufacturing. It's also known as 3D printing. So as the first manufacturer of metal powders in the world, Sandvik launched their website, tailoring to industries such as automotive, medtech, aerospace for 3D printed parts. And this too was then also upgraded in terms of the platform and the brand experience. And I think this is really exciting business. So if you ask me, my product of choice might be titanium metal powder to illustrate the
Cool.
shift.
Yeah.
So, Paulina, if we move to the backstage team, Sandvik being such a big company, do you have many editors?
Yeah, we do. I think since we have the 6 platforms, we also share the environment, so we can reduce cost when collaborating with the 6 different platforms or websites that we have. And I think that I don't have an exact number, but probably around 150 editors are in our platforms globally.
So, Magnus, how can Optimizely be used to foster collaboration at this size?
Yeah, thanks for a good question. It's very important that you can build and work very structured, of course, within the team, have control of it and work faster, and also time to market and so on. Then, of course, generate content creation and sharing and the market campaigns, of course, it's very important. And build in features such as multi-market and support around the world and so on. Tietoevry also understand the possibility of our portfolio and made a really great job on simplifying the process and also adding blocks and enhancing the clear and structured creation of the experience. That's very important. Also, it appears that the Tieto improved experience compared to the former platform that you have. And also sometimes when you're working for over a long time, you stop into problems, then sometimes it's better to start from scratch as you did, and easy started one new brand platform, and that helps, of course, everything from the beginning.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I do, absolutely. Yeah. I think the CMS is really easy for anyone, and it doesn't really matter what kind of experience you have.
Yeah.
So I think that's the editors were very much in focus as well. We wanted to make it easy for them, and I mean. I haven't had any training or anything, and I actually logged into the CMS. Lars, the product owner, probably had a smart heart attack when I told him. But even I, without any proper training, could easily go in and just update the link that I found that didn't work. So
User friendly is important.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
That's a key word. So, Magnus, I'm staying with you for a little short while. You at Optimizely work in projects with customers in so many different industries. What would you say is important for a global company such as Sandvik when choosing an implementation partner to work with?
I will actually come on 3 things. Expertise, of course, the knowledge and expertise of having certified developers, so they can understand, implement a project properly, and also, have a track record of doing large projects, different countries, time zones, etc. That's important. Then, of course, a partner should be interested to learn more in our portfolio, in this case, of course, so they can work with Sandvik or other customer in long and short terms of this could be of interest now, this could be of interesting further on. Because, times change very quick, as we have noticed within the Corona, when that hit, suddenly everyone started to create an e-commerce site and, information become very important. So that's very important, and we want to have that. Then, of course, secondly, that to handle big integrations and also customization and integrations and migrations. Lastly, of course, is to get the friendliness and the user experience and, what the customer needs. They want to have a good experience when they visit your website and not leave. So that's important. And also, to finalize that around partnership, I need to congratulate Tietoevry on being the solution partner of the year for the Nordics 2023. So congrats.
That's very kind of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Magnus. And Paulina, how would you describe the project and collaboration between Sandvik and Tietoevry?
I think we are very open and honest, and I think that's one of the most important parts for setting up the roadmap for the North Star, but also what is actually doable in 10 months. Yeah. So I think we were always very honest about the expectations, what is doable, and also the experience, and also what didn't work. Yeah. So it's easy to just have that sort of collaboration, I think. And I mean, you had the dream team when it came to design and the UX developers. So I always want to foster that sort of vibe where everyone is really comfortable and feels like, well, this is not going to work. And then you take care of that problem immediately.
That's a perfect world you're describing. But
Yeah.
are there any aspects of this project that could have been better?
Oh, it always comes back to more time because you really want more time to do even greater results. At the same time, I think that having a crucial timeline is also, you see clarity in things. So you don't start to go off track just because you have more time. So I think it's a little bit of positive and negative with both that, I think. But one of the things that we probably should have done internally is to make sure that we set off times for ourselves to drive this sort of big change in project, because we still had like our regular jobs that we also had to perform on, even though everyone internally with the stakeholders understood that some things will have to be left behind. But it was still, it's always, you want more time. At the same time, I know that time crunching is also very inspiring from time to time.
You hear Paulina always add some extra time on your project. So how about future enhancements?
Well, we will continue towards the North Star that we set up when we launched the new brand, and then we will we will continue with developing the user journey through data decisions. So we really want to make sure that we have the data and we have the experience and understanding before we actually do enhancements. So I think that's more important. But also making sure that the customers find their way over to business area sites as soon as possible when they feel ready. If they want to explore the offering like a big package, they can do that on the group website and then leave over. And then just making sure that we connect internally, breaking out of silos, making sure that we connect different teams with different parts. And I think that's kind of in the head. Looking into personalization, experimentation, all of those things. I'm really looking forward to next year as well.
Yeah, and that brings me over to you, Jonas. Has Tietoevry been assigned any new initiatives for the future?
We will assist Paulina and her team to personalize user journeys for your target audiences. And one key building block for that is activating the Optimizely data platform, the so-called ODP.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the ODP?
Happy to do that. And we do it in a short term. Is, you know, when you're a big company, even if you have made acquisitions or you're growing, you have a lot of data and lot of data sources. So you can combine them together and, you know, build personalization from that, and also look at behaviors and building segments and so on. And that can deliver a different personalization, of course, and the experience when you visit the website, because you want to give the right information to the right person that's visiting.
That's really good. So do you see more possibilities for Sandvik to use the platform in the future?
Yeah, hopefully. And as Paulina was into, we had actually yesterday a big event, our experimentation forum at the Fotografiska that you joined also. We have talked about the experimentation and looking into that. And that could also help, you know, the audience, the customers, to help you what the data is that they want to have a look at, instead of guessing and making the decision wrong. You have the answer with data, of course. So give the right data to the right person. That's it, back to that. Then, of course, when we have you here as a marketeer, it's always I want to have the opportunity, of course, to mention about Optimizely's marketing platform that helps you structure and set campaigns in an order form and start that in a nice life cycle and so on. And planning, creation, and store, very easy.
Yeah, sounds like you are truly a one-stop shop when it comes to
that's the whole idea. That's the whole idea.
That's great. How about you, Jonas? Any final remarks from your perspective?
Well, it's really been a pleasure working together, making this project happen. And I think Sandvik's ambition to really build strong relationships and foster that culture has been very, very well appreciated by our team, and a great part of the success. So we really look forward to continue on our path together here and deliver more exceptional experiences moving forward.
Yes, okay. This has been such an enlightening talk. I'm sure there are lots of things going on in some heads right now. We're reaching the end, but I'm not going to let you go until I ask you to take a quick look in the crystal ball and make a prediction of what you see in the nearest future. What must be done so you don't lose speed and stay in the lead? If we begin, Jonas.
Yeah, okay, so to keep sprinting ahead and put even more sparkle into Sandvik's branding magic, I believe that you have what it takes from your team, Paulina. And from our end, from Tietoevry's side, we need to supercharge the website by continuously optimizing the performance and improve the experiences, providing great insights and data to support your decisions, I would say. And also, I think we need to keep a close eye on the technological evolution to make sure we can implement features and applications that really make a great impact.
And how about you, Magnus?
Yeah, I will continue on that journey. A big trend, of course, is AI. And, when you have AI, it's also important to start where should I start? It's very easy. We have our AI called Opal, but a company like you or another can have their own AI and want to stick to that. So they can bring their own AI to us and implement that, and that of course. Then of course personalization first, as we were into, is very important. And content everywhere, that's also important, and get the customer to get the same experience. Doesn't matter what channel they are on. Yeah.
And last but not least,
I mean,
Teller.
AI, definitely. I'm addicted to Midjourney and ChatGPT Voice. I go around and talk with my ChatGPT 4, and I think this is like having a friend. I can tell you, I can ask them about customer experience or digitalization and ask follow-up questions. So, I mean, that's definitely something that's going to change. Yeah. But I think, just as you said, it's important to think about how do you utilize it within your company, what is the actual purpose, so it doesn't add on like new technology because it's cool. So you should make sure that it's a purpose behind that, I think, and some sort of strategy. And then for the more maybe boring part is probably the EU Accessibility Act and the AI Act. Keep an eye on it, read it, try to understand it. It's not the easiest task. But I think, those are probably the most important. But also, the own data that you were also talking about. So making sure that you utilize first-party data and you own your own data to actually be able to deliver those sort of personalized experiences. Because otherwise, it will be hard.
It's interesting to hear who is your best friend. My friends would kill me if I talked about customer journeys with them. Okay, good stuff. As we have a couple of minutes to go, why don't we check Menti? Do you think we have any questions?
Hopefully.
Hope so.
Yeah, I hope so. I will pop in here and change my tab. See, we have first one here, and I'm just reminding you all that we will pull through a few, and then we will reply to the rest in our thank you email when you get it after this event. So, Paulina, how do you enable great collaboration in a team?
That really depends on, of course, the level of experience within the team. But I think the most important part, and that is exactly what we did together with Jonas and the Tietoevry team as well, making sure that the experts get their point across, making sure that we always kept the user or the customer in focus, really stepping away from but what do we want to say sort of mentality. And I think that's really important now going forward. It has to be easy accessible, it has to be bold but yet simple design at the same time, making sure that you come across with the most important communications topics that you have. And I think that we really fostered that sort of team within Tietoevry. So anyone, it doesn't matter what kind of experience you had. I felt stupid from time to time when the experts were talking, but I feel that I at the same time learned something and try to maybe isolate them from the sort of hippos that Optimizely calls them, the ones that think that they know and want to have an impact, but they don't really understand anything. So making sure that it's a safe psychological environment for anyone to bring up stuff.
Yeah, you used to talk about the safe room, so that's about it. Good, thank you. So, how did Optimizely contribute to the high performance of the website? I'm looking at you, Jonas.
Okay, so, well, other than .NET Core and the actual upgrade to and the overall performance of the Optimizely 12 version, including the CDN and everything, I would say that One functionality that was used is the functionality to dynamically upload JavaScript to blocks present on specific pages, which, as I understand it, allowed our developers to avoid sending unnecessary script, which really resulted in a better performance of the site.
Good. And I like this one. Magnus, looking at
Okay.
you. Would you consider Optimizely being a headless platform?
We get that question quite often, and the answer is yes. Both we can deliver it on our existing paths with the Optimizely graph. Then, of course, we are also launching now within a month SaaS CMS on SaaS. So that's a fully headless.
Cool.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, really. And I see this one a couple of times here. Paulina, how many are you at Sandvik?
Oh, I mean, in total, we're 1,000, but I think
Wow.
probably within our team that worked with this project, or if I put it like this, so if we look at the team that work now continuously with the group website, we have Lars, the product owner, of course, and then we have 2 or 3 editors, and then we have one content team that produces weekly content like articles to bring the brand story to life. So around 5 people that work with bringing the website to life, I would say. And then we have different agencies, of course, like Tietoevry or ad agencies and social media agencies that's then spread the communication.
Great. And with those words, I want to thank you all for listening today, and I want to thank you 3
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
making
Thank you for
this
having us.
talk so fantastic. And yeah, like I said, we will summarize the rest of the questions in a follow-up email. And please reach out if you have any questions at all when it comes to creating this kind of a web project with these great outcomes. Right? You are ready to answer any questions afterwards.
We are.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
So have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.